Good evening. I'm John Gilsonen. This is my colleague Una Lee. This is Oonie News. We'll begin tonight's stories with a roundup of national events, followed by a closer look of the life and times of Una Lee Gilsonen. On Wednesday, presidential candidate Bernie Sanders dropped out of the 2020 Democratic race. Speaking to supporters in Michigan, Sanders said that he would continue to fight for the policy goals for his campaign and that he would do everything within his power to help Joe Biden win in November.
I have concluded that this battle for the Democratic nomination will not be successful. And so today, I am announcing the suspension of my campaign.
In business news, after weeks of contentious negotiations, it appears that the workers at Oonie Motors and management at Dada Incorporated have reached a tentative labor agreement for the 2020 through 2025 work session. These concessions include reportedly 90-minute lunch breaks, more frequent nap times, and unlimited milk supplies on the premises of Dada Incorporated factories. The tentative agreement will be reviewed by the federal government, specifically through the National Gabagoo Council. Public hearings are to be held next week in Rochester, New York, and in Detroit, Michigan. Winnie Welsh has been tapped by government officials to lead these public hearings. Now on to domestic politics. The Troy Weekly meeting of the National Dolly Committee will be held next week in Rochester, New York. On the agenda will be discussions regarding pressing issues, including tea parties, bath time, board books, and bedtime stories. The caucus will be held virtually to comply with the recent government guidelines for social distancing. In education news, there has been an explosion in Una's ever-expanding vocabulary. Just this week, she has mastered a menagerie of animal sounds, including, but not limited to, cluck cluck, moo, tweet tweet, meow meow, and woof. A source close to Una told reporters that Una has also been endeavoring to master the curious, incredible letter C. And more news about the letter C. A comedic breakthrough occurred last Thursday when Una and her mama gathered near dinner time to discuss recent affairs. Mama reportedly had the great idea to mimic Una's imitation of a dog. Neighbors reportedly saw Una crying with laughter. Tonight we have the pleasure of speaking with Una's mother, Jenna Simpson, the woman who witnessed this gratifying experience firsthand. Miss Simpson, are you there?
Hi, John. We're here. Thanks for having us.
What was it like for you to witness Oonie laughing like that?
Oh my gosh, it was nothing I had ever heard or seen before. It was transcendental.
Wow. Can you tell us about what triggered her laughter?
What triggered her laughter? I mean, it was like any other day. We had just finished up dinner and I was cleaning off her high chair tray, and Una always makes animal noises, and so I just thought it would be funny to imitate her doing an imitation of a dog, because sometimes she'll make these panting sounds that are hilarious. And I did that, not even realizing how affected she was gonna be, and I looked over and she was in hysterics, shaking from head to toe. There were tears in her eyes. Like I said, I had never seen anything like it before. It was pretty incredible.
Do you think that this will ever happen again?
Oh my gosh, I can only hope so. Una always has something up her sleeve. So I would say probably yes.
We hope so too. Thank you so much, Ms. Simpson, for coming on the show. Take care.
Oh, anytime. Thank you so much for having me. Take care.
And finally tonight, an uplifting story. Oonie Boonie will share her experiences and advice on how to stay connected with family in the age of social distancing. She'll give us an inside look on how she uses video conferencing to stay close with family, both in Rochester and hundreds of miles away in Warren, Michigan. Thank you, Una, for sharing your story. And thank you to Ms. Simpson for appearing tonight in the program. Also, thank you to Otto and viewers like you who make this program possible. For all of us here at Oonie News, let's do our part to stay apart. Good night.